Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube, we're glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Today, we're talking about being a clarity creator. Are you ready? Let's get started. I want you to think of a time when anything was unclear to you. Maybe you were unclear about your future. Maybe you were unclear about your role in your company or on a project, or maybe you were unclear on your goals or your purpose. Anything at all. Think about how that felt. Pretty confident, maybe you're thinking that's you right now. I'm pretty confident that when you are unclear, there's no way you can be at your best. So whether we're talking about creating clarity for ourselves or as a leader or as a coworker to do that for others, that's really important, right? So it's important not only because it doesn't leave us in the best possible situation, but because when we help create clarity, we build confidence, right? When the future or when we know what's going on and it's clear, we're more confident that even if it's going to be a challenge, that we can be successful. Otherwise, we don't even know where we're headed, right? We have a chance to set direction. When the direction is clear, we can move in that direction. Because of that, we can enhance our productivity or the productivity of others when we have greater clarity, and we can increase momentum, right? Like if we're clear and we're moving, and once we're moving in a positive direction, then we can keep moving in that positive direction. So there's lots of good things that come when we have clarity. So the question then becomes, and the point of this video is, how do we do it? Well, I have 4 pieces of advice for you in order to make that happen. Number 1 is, to be a clarity creator, we must be clear ourselves. Sometimes as leaders, we're not exactly sure on what we are expecting of others. We have it sort of clear in our minds, but we haven't really been able to state it in a way that it would be clear to others. So the first thing that must be true is we must be clear ourselves before we can create clarity for others. Second, we can communicate more clearly, which may mean picking our words more carefully, which may mean communicating at a different time, but which almost certainly means that we spend more time making sure that what we've said has been heard and understood by the other person, right? So communicating more clearly, not just getting better at what we're going to say, but making sure that the communication loop has been completed. Because even if we're clear, if the other person isn't, we haven't really created clarity, right? So next, we can clarify our intention, because sometimes it's our intention that gets in the way. So people think we intend something, or they think we have an agenda, and that clouds their ability to hear our message. So make sure we're clear about our intention and make the other person aware of that as well. And then lastly, repeat without being repetitious. Repetition is the mother of learning. It's the way to help get clarity. If we can keep making the same message it gets things to be clearer. But if we just keep saying exactly the same thing like a broken record, that isn't necessarily going to get heard. So continue to connect the dots in everything that we do, relating it back to those clear messages, those clear directions, and that sort of thing. So if we do those 4 things, we have a chance to truly become a clarity creator. Now, many people have said things along the lines of that when we are clear, we're actually being kind. And I believe we are being kind when we're being clear because of all of the things we said above. If we're clear, we get confidence and direction and productivity, momentum, and much, much more. And as a leader, if you can create greater clarity in your expectations, in your direction, and in your boundaries, you might be building the most important skill that you can have as a leader. Let me close with today's tweet. How can you make things clearer for others? Communicate clearly, share your intention, and keep communicating the most important things. Well, one of the things that we can be clearer about is creating a clear aspirational culture. How do we want to work together to get great results? And that's one of the many things we talk about in our new book, The Long Distance Team. You can get your copy by following the links below. Hope that you'll do that. I hope you'll be back with me for another episode next week of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.